Hey folks, OG Geo here. You can call me Geo. And I am joined by my intrepid co-caster, No Tie. No Tie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you, Gio?
I'm pretty psyched because we have a very special evening ahead of us tonight. Kicking off with a epic matchup in Division C West. So we're doing an NGS match tonight, No Tie. We're doing Season 10, Round 2 from C West. This is Randy Newman versus Resurgence of the Storm. No Tie, I think you're familiar with the Randys, as they are affectionately called.
Yeah, the Randys are good friends of ours, and they're a cool team to watch because they're definitely not afraid to go for out of the box compositions. So it always makes for an entertaining matchup, no matter who they play.
Absolutely. Resurgence of the Storm, we have cast during some games in another league, and they are an extremely talented team as well. In particular, I remember C2D2, and in particular, I believe that I remember C2D2 on Sonya, if I'm not mistaken. Now, that's a little bit of a spoiler, everybody, because I'm looking at a screen here, which reminds me, this is a replay cast, folks. So, for the replays, we do a quick and dirty. We don't spend a whole bunch of time trying to set up and everything. It's a replay cast. We don't have the draft. We do have the map bans, but I'm not going to go through them because I'm not going to go through them. We're going to get into the game. We're going to get into the action, No Tie, and have at it. Have at it. So, chat, blink twice if you agree. No Tie, are you ready to rock and roll, my friend?
I am ready when you are.
Fantastic. That's good. That works out well. So let's get into it then, my friend. Let's launch it.
Let's do it.
Here we are, folks. On the left, in the blue trunks, representing your Randy Newmans, we have Randy Newman on May, Tuna Newman on Mouthiel, Wandy Wooman on Phoenix, Nandy Ruman on Kalthas, and Randy Newman on Anduin. No Tie, tell me who we've got on the right side.
On the right side, for the red team, we have C2D2 on Sonya, Sue Z on Ariel, Perseus on Johanna, Pig Merlin playing Cassia, and Wingman on Orphea.
Fantastic. And so I'm going to say, I think that's Susie. Is that Susie? Because that's quite clever, if it is.
That's how it reads in my mind.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Pig Merlin, great. So we're already winning in team names. Basically, I used to complain about that Randy Newman was terrible for casters because all their names are the same. And they're like, you idiot. It's perfect for casters because all their names are the same. You basically can't screw up. No one will notice if you accidentally said Randy Newman or Randy Newman sounds the same. Oh, the spray game. The spray game is immediate and ferocious. And we are in for a match. No Tie. Look at the cluster flub at mid, No Tie. Immediately. We had 5-on-5. Susie caught out a little bit on the Ariel. And now the offlaners head top. But what a start, my friend. Were we in for it tonight?
Yeah, pretty frantic. It looked like Ariel might fall there. She popped her medallion, so that's down for a little while.
Oh, you caught that. I missed it, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. I did not see the medallion. I'm still, it'd be nice when they start showing the cooldowns of that, when we get the observer, custom observer interface updated, and we can see the cooldowns on that. But for right now, both teams are running, clearing, and poking. And look at them both on point on the camps, No Tie. On
at
point.
The same time.
Did you see Cassia check the bush here? Throw the, I think it's the Q out and check this bush to the left of their camp? I mean, we're watching good teams play here, No Tie. They know what they're doing. They know what to expect. They're on the macro. They're spicy in the team fights. Sonya taking a little bit of damage there. Good trade in favor of Tuna Newman there.
Yeah, you can tell we're in some of the higher divisions. Some of those small details, like checking bushes before walking into them, are what differentiate some of the higher level players from those of us in DV.
Yeah, and she didn't even walk into it. She just quick threw an ability out to make sure they weren't trying to invade the camp. I love little touches like that. And, it's amazing because this is Div C. The talent even at that level is really something. Level 4 hits for all the teams, and we're starting to pick abilities like crazy. Do you see anything unusual, anything you're not used to?
So far, no. It looks like the only thing is Mei looks like she's going into a heavy snowball build.
Okay. And how is that different? I know that Mei is an incredible source of frustration to me. I don't know her builds and why she picks what she picks. When she's going snowball build, what is that bringing for her? Wow, look at top lane, no tie.
So the both players taking a beating up there. Yeah, Mei's snowball build. Her snowball brings a little bit of a blind and a slow.
Oh, okay.
Talenting into it just makes the blind a little bit longer, reduces the cooldown, and the level 4 allows her to disable structures a little bit with the snowball as well.
Oh, wow. Okay, because she wasn't good enough. She was pretty weak, so it's a good thing she can also shut structures down.
That's right.
Hashtag sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen. My sarcasm is now on cooldown. No time.
That's right. There's no Alarak in this game. No sarcasm.
That was quite an good flank there from the Randys from the top. There was a lot of red bars disappearing, but Rots is able to back out, regroup, get healed back up, and the stacks are just about, the little minion guys here, just about even. Sonya poking from the top, C2D2 continue to do some damage. Randy Newman caught out a little bit on the Mei, pops the ice, but is he going to get out? She gets out, I can't believe it. Meanwhile,
Also
Joe
popping
just...
the medallion there.
Okay. Joe was doing work. Did you see how Joe was, zoning out the rest of the Randys while they were punishing the Mei? But amazingly, no one died in all of that trade, no tie.
Yeah, it's even though the red team takes the protector, or sorry, the Punisher, the blue team keeps all of their heroes alive, so they're able to set up a strong defense.
Did you happen to see how close that was? Last I looked, they were both in the mid to high 20s. That was pretty close about who got that Punisher, yeah?
Yeah, the Randys made it into the 30s. I didn't see exactly how close they came to getting it.
And look again, no time. Both teams immediately head over to their siege camps. I mean, no hesitation. They're on point, on time, and a little bit of an invade coming in here from Resurgence. But they sniff it out and say, nah, let's just walk away. Slight XP lead, actually, at this point for Randy's. Slight. Both teams basically even, no kills either way, although it looks like Kalthas might get picked off. Yep. They catch. Resurgence catches Kalthas on a very quick rotation of bottom and picks him off, and that's our first kill of the game. First blood, no tie. Goes to Resurgence.
5 minutes in, after all the brawling we've seen, it's kind of surprising that that's the first kill.
And they started to use that advantage to take the siege camp bot, and then stopped, and I'm not sure why, no tie. I feel like they had, because Orphea backed. I don't know why, but Orphea had to back, and so they had a 3v3, and again, that's called discipline, folks. I've heard about it. I have not exercised it in my personal play. But knowing that they didn't have a clear advantage, they backed off. However, now they don't have a clear advantage, and they say, anyway, we want it. So Resurgence is just working to take this camp. Oh my gosh, did you see Orphea jump in there at the very last second to try and hold the point? And now it's just a battle back and forth. Who can trade more damage? Who's going to fall first? Joe is severely hurt. Both of the offlaners are here. This is a 5v5 incredible pandemonium 2020. My gosh, and I think Sonya's going to fall, and she does. Wow, Oriole tries to get her at the last second there, but she does fall. That gives level 10 to Randy's. That was a lot of action over a bottom camp, no time.
Yeah, it looked for a second like Rots was going to be able to back out of it without losing any heroes, but Sonya gets caught out.
I think that was the Kalthas gravity lapse just actually got the final CC that allowed them to complete the kill there, secure the kill. And it's 1-1. About a 1 level XP lead for the Randys. Not a lot, but you could I don't think you can't get to 13 here for this Punisher. You're not going to do that. So they should be on even footing for this Punisher, although during the objective phase, Randy's might get to that 13. That'll be a big deal if they get that talent tier advantage. Randy's looking like they want to start their bruiser camp and then think better of it. Looks like Resurgence got their bruiser camp. That's big. That's big because Malthael's got to clean up that camp during this objective, and that'll give a significant lead to Resurgence.
That's right. Well, Malthael is busy clearing that camp. The red team takes all 5 of their heroes onto the point.
But Malthael is back, hits the ult, and he did go with the... oh, no. Sorry, Malthael has last strikes.
That was a light bomb that came in.
That's what that was. Thank you. And wow, so he finishes off Ariel, and the Pyro gets Orphea, and that is huge for the Randys. That is huge, and Sonya's like, nah. Well, Sonya, look at the big cojones on her. But she spins out. She thinks a little bit better of it. Choose life, girl.
Sonya with the spin to win build. It looked like she can hold up against
she thought about
a couple of heroes. Yeah, she did.
I think she... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're going to find out. We're going to find out about the spin to win. She does spin right out of there. I'm absolutely amazed. I think that perhaps Cassia and was it Joe had a little bit of something to help with that? Help escort her out? I mean, yeah. I'll tell you this. She's got, you know, ice running through her veins. She's not afraid of anything. And Randy secures the Punisher and begins to do exactly that to the mid-fort of Resurgence. The Frozen Punisher, the Arcane Punisher, doing a lot of AoE damage, and the red health bars are dropping. Joe looks like she's in a little bit of trouble. Strange to see the Ariel battery charger on Joe there. Is there something I don't know about that?
It could very well be that she's just in a position to deal damage to all of the players on the Newmans.
Got it. Randy's quickly steal the siege camp. Resurgence thinks it's happening, but doesn't get there quite in time or with, you know, everyone to be able to stop that. So they're going to clean up that camp mid, and let's check a quick reset. So Randy's did indeed get that 13 talent tier advantage. They're up still about 1 level, which means that Resurgence is about to hit the 13-2 and be fighting on equal footing as far as the talent tier. Let's take a quick look at the damage counts here and what teams are doing. Siege damage just about even. Little bit of hero damage edge to Kalthos. Might be that Pyroblast, I'm not sure. Might just be generally what he's been doing.
Kalthos is able to get a lot of AoE damage during the objectives, so between his bombs and convection, he's able to do quite a bit of work.
No, Ty, I think that was a snowball to live, wasn't it? And that hit 4 people from Resurgence and let Randy's back up. They weren't in a great position there, I don't think.
Yeah, Kalthos got caught out a little bit, and that snowball saved his life.
So both teams just kind of jabbing away here, looking for an opening. There's nothing really specifically to fight over at this point. Resurgence wants to keep trying to get caught up in XP, and Randy's wants to get further ahead. Sonya clearing mid, Malthael's top. May setting up aggressively here. And, okay. Looks like she wanted a gank and then thought better of it. I think the team pinged her off of that, maybe?
Joe cleverly checked the bush, or the fog above the objective with her
there you go.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't see that. That's her E ability that blinds, is that right?
That's
the
right.
shield glare? Okay. Once again, folks. Uh-oh, KT's like, not this time, folks, but the Blessed Shield comes out, and yeah, this time, too. And that gets the red team a little bit of that, like, you know, leg up that they're looking for to get back into this. Now, they are backing up, but they're 5v4 right now, obviously, with KT down. Sonya spinning to clear this. Minion wave out. And Resurgence just heads up there. I'm sorry, every once in a while I see chat out of the corner of my eye, and we have the best community in the world. We have the best community in the world. We really do. All right. Resurgence sets up on the point. It is going to be a frozen Punisher. I have learned that you know the Punisher by the gem once it's activated. I learned this week. I've been playing this game since Alpha, no time. I learned that this week. Go ahead.
I learned that at the same time as you did.
Okay. Thank you for admitting that or lying to make me feel better. I appreciate either of those. Joe really took a lot of damage in that engage no tie, and that forces Resurgence to back up. That's tough. Now, Ariel can't... Okay. The hat was on Joe again.
Again, it's because Joe tends to live in the middle of the enemy team.
Does it charge from taking damage, not just dishing it out? No tie?
Yes, actually it does.
Okay.
Ariel's talented into that at level 7.
That thank you. Then I understand that, right? I thought of it always as you want it on the person dealing the most damage, but if it's charged by soaking damage as well, then it made perfect sense because she's getting chunked. Frozen Punisher easily shuts down that fort and takes it out in a very short time. And Randy's Sonya's in a very brave position again up there, but Randy's is going to continue to push, and I think Sonya's anticipating that. She just wants to watch for when this Punisher starts to get poked down. She's going to want to fall back. Frozen Punisher makes the jump, turns off the fort, takes out the front wall, and Randy's is getting a lot of value from this right now, no tie.
And remember, May also has the snowball that disables the structures, so that is going to assist with the push.
And it's still down. Now it's back up. Joe in a lot of trouble. Hits stasis. Is that Ariel? Gets a stasis out on Joe.
Vegas.
Okay. And that saved her life. That was very well played. Sonya wants to go in. She wants to turn this around. She's feeling it. And the spin is there, and Phoenix may fall, and does. That is a great, just snowball to get Sonya out of there. Sonya is wrecking them, and they want nothing to do with her anymore. They want nothing to do with her. And you know what? May's running for her life, but there is the pull. The pull for life. Randy Newman. With the Anduin play to pull May out of trouble. I think May might have fallen there. She's a tough out. Wow.
Yeah, she definitely needed Anduin's help to get out there.
My friend, that fort just went down that was quick. The red team is now stealing the camp. Resurgence is they are not going away. They're down 1 level. They're up 1 kill. This is anybody's game. And look at the map now. Structures. The keep hurts, okay? The keep hurts. And Randy's have 1 more fort. Uh-oh. Tuna, you cheeky minx. What are you doing up there? Huh?
Oh, Malthael steals the camp.
Doesn't belong to you. So Resurgence takes a camp from Randy, and Malthael is just zero forks given, heads on in there and takes the camp from Resurgence. And they'll have to clean that up, and golly, that fort took a lot of damage. I think it already had taken some damage, but that was close to falling.
Yeah, Malthael escorted a big wave in, and with the help of the camp from the left side, they were able to deal quite a bit of damage to the fort.
Rest of that's an easy clear from Resurgence. Randy's are sort of looking around bottom for something to do. There's nothing to do down there. Spoiler. So they're going to head back up toward mid. We'll just have to kind of wait for the next objective. Look, actually, Resurgence wants a fight. They want it right now. They want it right now, no tie. Why is that?
They want to fight before the Randys reach level 20, and the Randys are going to do their best to avoid any sort of fighting until they can soak 20.
I think they're going to grab that top fort, but that is going to give Resurgence the opportunity. Nope, they're not going to. They're just set up there and look like they want to gank. Nope, they're going to run away. They're taking the fight here. Little surprise. Snowball comes out and runs Orphea out of there, so that's the damage, but Randy Newman goes down very quickly. It's just absolutely burst down, and that's exactly what the red team wanted and what the blue team didn't. Now you're basically on even footing. Even if they get 20, you got a 5v4. It gives you a fighting chance. So Resurgence got exactly what they wanted there.
That's right. The 2 DPS players get caught in a pretty aggressive position, and Phoenix does go down.
And that, I mean, it was a great snowball from May, no tie. And it looked like that would turn it on the red team, but that quick burst on Phoenix, good focused damage, turned it around for him. Uh-oh.
So seeing...
No tie, sorry. Take a look at the bottom lane there, no tie.
Yep, that's what I was going to mention. Taking advantage of the fact that the red team is busy on the objective, Malthael is escorting waves in to start dealing damage to the core.
Very cheeky. It's very cheeky, no tie. So Resurgence has had pretty strong control over the objective, and they get it. However, they're going to want to back here. There's no damage to the core yet. They have not suffered any damage, so I get the idea, but it hasn't paid off yet. If just one of them gets back there. Sonya, hurry. Boy, they end up getting 15% or more. 18%. So and what do you, for that? Randy's, they trade maybe a fort. Take 20% off the core. I like the call.
That's completely worth it.
I would say the cheeky stacks are coming in on Tuna Newman here tonight. She is nearly maxed on her cheeky talent. Resurgence falls back with the moment they have while the Punisher's getting cleared up, goes ahead and says, this time our siege camp is ours. And it looks like it's going to be a 5v5 for this. This is a very important siege camp at the bottom here, no tie.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are committing all 5 players to that camp.
Sonya again diving into the backline. She does get blinded, but that spin to win is real. She needs to get some damage down. She's taking a lot of punishment, but the shield comes out and she is okay. Light bomb hits. Uh-oh, that's trouble. That wasn't light bomb. What was that?
That was a big pyroblast. She was
that was the pyro. It hit so quickly. She went from over half her health to nothing, and that was all that Randy's needed in no tie. It went from being a fight in favor of a, well, of course, Malthael died but is back with the level 20. That looked like it was a fight in favor of Resurgence, and a moment later, it was not. A moment later, it was a 4-man wipe, and that should be game.
It looks like it will be GG, and Malthael showing us that indeed no one can stop death.
Not this time. I see what you did there. Ladies and gentlemen, the talent taken at 20 is called No One Can Stop Death. And the GG comes out from C2D2, who played, valiant effort from C2D2 and the rest of the Resurgence of the Storm crew. But congratulations, good game, well played to both teams. But the winner, the Randy Newmans. Game 1 goes to the Randy Newmans. That was a fantastic game. No tie.
Yeah, Tuna putting in the work with the Malthael and the riding that pale horse all over the map.
Yeah, I don't know how to get stats out of a replay, which really frustrates me because I would like to see the stats. I'd like to see what the XP ended up being, and maybe next time what I need to do is pause right before we end and take a look at those. Have you got them up by any chance?
I do. It looks like Malthael and Sonya were actually even on experience, right at 19,000 XP.
C2D2 can play. All these players can
did a
play.
lot of work. Yeah, absolutely.
All these players can play. How often do you see a match that close where, yeah, by the way, that was, I think, the first 4-man wipe in that game. It wasn't like, that was not a snowball. Forgive the pun, because we had May in the game. By the way, the snowballs, incredible, right?
Yeah, they help a lot with the Punishers pushing lanes. If you can disable the structures without the frozen Punisher.
Sorry, I call Avalanche snowball. So just to be clear, what I'm talking about.
The Avalanche.
So those snowballs were good, but I'm talking about the Avalanche. So I think there's something for all of us to learn from that. I'm going to call something out. You don't need, it doesn't have to be epic every time. Sometimes epic is getting the right one hero at the right time, okay? And sometimes you can really jack up what you're trying to do by trying to do it in a very sexy way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You don't need to catch 4 or 5 people with a snowball. You can use it to peel, an aggressive hero like Sonya away, or isolate, a particularly vulnerable hero for your team to kill. So,
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I learned this with Entomb. So every time I tried to do the godly Entomb, I would get nobody. One day I just started, just make sure you get somebody. And I don't know. I thought the snowballs, the avalanches were on point too. Nota, you ready for another game?
I'm ready. Bring it on.
All right. So, folks, this is a best of 3. The first game was won by Randy Newman's in a very, very closely fought match. They have a 1-0 lead. In fact, let me update. Sorry, with the replays, I sometimes forget to update the ticker. The score. Let's fix that. So we have a 1-0 lead in a best of 3 here. So Resurgence of the Storm is going to come out fighting for their lives. The map here, I believe I never said the map the entire last game. The map here is Braxis. So let's introduce the teams, then we'll talk about what Braxis means to all of us. No tie. On the left side, in the blue trunks, representing your Randy Newmans. We have Randy Newman on ETC, Tuna Newman on Anna. That's a switch, folks. Wandy Woman on Raynor, Nandy Ruman on Urel. We've got a new offlaner, and Randy Newman on Gul'dan. No tie, please tell me, who have we got on the right side?
On the right side, we have C2D2 playing Malthael, Suzy on Deckard, Perseus on Mirrodin, Pig Merlin on Cassia, and Wingman's playing Mephisto.
And that is representing your Resurgence of the Storm. So, Braxis, what are the 2 things that we're looking at in Braxis? Like, what's kind of... Tell me about the offlane.
Well, in the offlane, you're always looking for a hero that can, number 1, soak experience effectively, and number 2, bully your opposing offlaner off the control point.
Right, and so Urel is definitely, fits that bill, right? She's got the jump, so she's just, it's that much quicker getting from the objective back to the lane to soak, okay? She's got a lot of sustain, so she's an ideal hero there. Malthael? Not somebody I typically think of seeing in that lane. I'm not saying it's wrong or bad, but what he can do is he has that percent damage. So with the deep health pool for Urel, he can maintain off of her, right?
That's right. Malthael can trade effectively into Urel.
And he's fast enough to get back and forth between the point and the lane. So what I guess happened, seeing Anna played by Tuna Newman, what I guess is that they had a hero not in their pool for this map, so they just switched roles and sent someone up there who's a little bit more familiar with the hero that they wanted top lane. Now, as for the bottom lane, my experience is that Mephisto, who looks like he's about to leave this earth, is extremely valuable on this map.
Yeah, Mephisto's able to use his shade to get in and deliver poke damage without necessarily risking his life. But you see something not going quite according to plan here. He falls in the bot lane.
You know, the other night I saw a match where Mephisto fell 2-3 times early, and then after that just proceeded to do about 130,000 hero damage. So, you know, sometimes you get caught early and it really doesn't necessarily do a whole lot for the overall game. Those early deaths you can recover from pretty easily. Did they get that camp? They did. So the Newmans have already gotten their siege camp, and that'll be pushing, and that's just one more thing for Resurgence to deal with during the objective phase, where they want to be trying to hold both those points.
Yep, so Raynor with the Exterminator is able to burn down those camps pretty quickly.
Is that what does it?
That's it.
All right. Is that the same ability that he takes on Battlefield of Eternity when you want that race on the Immortals?
That's right. It grants him 50% more damage to minions and mercs, and when he hits his Inspire, it increases to 125% bonus damage.
It's a little bit hard to consider an Immortal in the category of minions and mercs.
and monsters. I think the
Triple M, 3M.
that's right.
Copyrighted. Sorry. Please mute that. Don't clip it. So damage trade goes out fairly evenly, to be honest. Both teams are just trading away. By the way, I like the Muradin here. We've been starting to see Muradin come back into it. Oh, look at the Mephisto damage there. That's what we're talking about. I like the Muradin back in the competitive play, No Tie, because that, is it second wind? What is it where he just heals himself back up so quickly if he just takes a breather?
Yeah, exactly. He can go into a fight, eat some poke damage, and then jump out and just heal himself over time again without needing to tap or stress the healer.
Do you remember what his trait's called that does that?
It is second wind.
It is, okay. Raynor takes a lot of poke there. Gul'dan sort of zones with damage a little bit, and Randy's able to get Raynor out of there and safe. There's a heck of a battle going on top. I'm going to look at top for a minute, folks. Offlaners do not often deserve to be watched, but they do right now. And Malthael is winning that trade to the point that Raynor has to come up. C2D2 gets out of there just in time. So does Yrel. I mean, that was a great trade for Malthael. And he just wants to kind of harass that point. Meanwhile, that gives a numbers advantage bottom, and Resurgence taking advantage of that and drives ETC right back out of there.
That's right. Malthael is bodying Yrel a little bit. We did see her back a few seconds ago and make her way back to the point.
Yes, we saw that. We noticed that because we don't miss things like that. No tie. You're right. So Yrel has now rotated down. They're leaving Raynor. I love that. I love that move, No Tie. They've left Raynor to deal with Malthael. Malthael can't get in there and get necessarily... Well, although, if he hits the mark and W's in, that could be a problem. But Raynor has the knockback, right? Both points controlled by the blue team. This change-up has worked, and now Decker Kane goes top to try and help Malthael out. And the red team's doing the 2v1 top, which means the blue team can push back bottom, and they might get a double kill here. Muradin, are you going to make it? Almost. Almost. The leap almost got him out of there. Barely picked off by the Gul'dan. But meanwhile, the red team takes the point back top. I'm sorry, No Time, I'm giving you no chance, but the teams aren't giving me any chance.
No, the action's coming coming pretty quickly. I was just gonna say that was a Gul'dan fell flame to Muradin's face to kill him there.
I think of that as the shotgun. It reminds me of Jaina's, is it her W? Also kind of the cone?
The cone, yep.
Those shotguns that the mages have just can really punish you.
Yeah, it's a pretty effective spell on a...
That's a dead ETC. Sorry for interrupting you. Good damage output there.
All good. We see ETC fall.
Cassia had a lot of damage output there, it appeared to me. Top taken back by Malthael. If he hits that, if he puts the mark down, Raynor's got a lot to think about. Mephisto took a lot of damage. He's got to be really careful, sitting there in triple-digit health, and that's never where you want to be. Raynor gets picked off top. He gets bullied back. C2D2 hunts him down. Like I said, if he gets that mark on, and Muradin falls down, and two heroes from Resurgence are very low and fall back, and Randy's continuing to hold bottom, while Malthael holds top, and Yrel rotates up top to try and cap that point over. And if she gets it, this is it. Blue team's going to get the objective. So while the trades have been fairly even at 3-2 for the blue team, the objective has been channeled far in favor of the blue team, and they ultimately get the objective with 100 to 40%.
For all the action that we've seen, that we only have 3 kills on the side of the Randys and 2 for Rots. That's kind of surprising.
Incredible, isn't it? Randy chooses to have 2 defend top on that smaller wave and now rotate. Malthael almost follows, but decides to stay with the wave. Gul'dan has an easy time defending that, cleaning up that wave, and Mephisto dies bottom. So now you have a 5v3 pushing with your strong wave, and Cassius caught up, but they walk away from it. I'm very surprised. I think they had a kill there, No Tie, and they just decided, you know, peace be among you. Peace be unto you. Peace be with you. I think it's how it's said, no, Ty?
Yeah, that's one of those examples of the discipline that we lack. The Randys deciding that the fort is more important than the kill.
I think they would have gotten the fort anyway. They got plenty of wave left there. I think they just felt generous. Just didn't want to hurt anybody. Wow, Resurgence feeling no such pacifism. Takes ETC out and blows right through the wave and adds Raynor to the list of the deceased. They've had enough of that wave nonsense and pushing right back through there.
So that was a cool move. Muradin with the haymaker pushes ETC behind the keep wall. And
is that
totally
what got him?
him.
You know, can I tell you, I was looking around like, I didn't think that Garrosh was in this game. I just suddenly saw... Okay, they go past the boss, and they thought about trying to contend that camp, and I like the idea. It's a great idea. They're just not quite early enough. So Resurgence falls back, and remember now, they're down by one game. You can see in their play, they are fighting hard, man. They want to win this, and they want to take this to a 3-game series, and folks, I'd be lying a little bit if I didn't say that I also wanted to see a 3rd game. It's fun to see game 3s. Malthael's awfully far forward, and the Randys are rotating, and that's going to be hard for him to get out of there. I don't think he lives through that, no, Ty?
Oh no, between the ETC slide and Gul'dan Fear, he doesn't stand a chance.
That was the Fear came out. Yeah, it might be in the category of overkill, but I get it. I get it. You want to push your buttons. Your R key gets lonely.
Oh, it's the better safe than sorry play. It feels bad when you have 4 players collapse on
and don't get the...
and you know, kill.
Suddenly Malthael does his W, blinks over, and walks away somehow. There's the Absorb comes out from Urel to respond to the punishment by Resurgence. And furthermore, the ult will be back up in time for the objective. And, you know, in that case, yeah, get the kill. You've got the cooldown on your side. Both teams at 12. Randy's looking to get a little bit sooner to 13. And, you know, Resurgence looks like they're saying, look, let's stick at 5 for a second. We're close enough in XP. Let's stick together. And they might get Urel here. Can they pick her off? She's a tough out, but they know her that her, the last rites, and Malthael gets... So they knew that her ultimate was burned earlier down below. But look at the counter. Randy Newman sliding in with ETC, hitting the mosh, and again getting the quick kill, the burn down. So Resurgence goes from elation to depression, backs up a little bit, regroups. And Randy caps the top point. Meanwhile, Malthael snuck down bottom. And this Malthael is everywhere. The offlaters are doing work. They are getting their frequent flyer miles in this match. Murd in a little bit of trouble. I think he popped his medallion right there, no Ty.
It looks like he did. We have the Fear coming out on Mephisto.
Uh-oh. A little far forward. Yep. A little far forward. I mean, I would have screamed at you, I was standing right by my fort. And you would have said, you're too far forward. That's a aggressive move from a Muradin when you're down 1, but let's see what happens here. They get the Gul'dan. It's a 2 for 2. It's a 2 for 2. Malthael and Mephisto fall. Raynor and who else fell? Gul'dan fall.
Gul'dan. Yeah.
It's all the damage dealers, eh? No, Cassia's still up. My gosh.
Yeah, heck of a game. We're seeing a lot of action. These teams are not afraid to mix it up.
Yeah, I need to start doing like my, you know, rubber baby buggy bumpers before these matches start so that I got the old pipes loosened up. I can't keep up.
I'm not even trying with the Randys. I can't.
Hey, Resurgence is trading blows too. They are aggressive as all hell. I mean, that was
I mean, with the names, I just can't.
Oh, right. Yeah. I think I've tried twice. Oh, I like that stun. It's on Urel, so it's a tough out. There's the Haymaker again into ETC, but that puts him right in position to set up for a mosh. He doesn't hit it yet. Looks like he's looking for potions, which would be dumb because the potions are for the other team. He's just looking to get out of there. I honestly legit thought he was because he was walking right over him. Oh. Urel aggressively pursuing the Cassia, but that might lead to her death. She's absorbing. If they're a little bit patient, I think they're going to get her. And Resurgence has turned this fight, no tie.
Yeah, Malthael with the last right's kill on Raynor, and Urel pays for her aggressive position. She's taken out.
I love the boss call here. You know, she went in there, it looked like she's going to get 2 kills and walk away, and instead they turned it. And that's some good play on the part of Resurgence, because that could have gone the other way on them.
So they burned the boss down pretty quickly. There's no chance for the Randys to contest.
Unbelievable.
The objective is channeling, so they will have a boss
oh
plus a
my
Zerg
gosh.
wave push.
No tie, this is a problem. The only thing that Randys have going for them right now, they got 67% of the wave, and the wave for them is in a defensive position for the boss. So, I mean, they would for sure, I think, lose a keep if that boss was pushing with their own wave. So what they're going to do is they're going to push with the boss, Resurgence, while Randys work to defend that bottom lane. Randys do have Gul'dan. Gul'dan puts out massive damage, and so they might be able to save the bottom keep. Actually, they're leaving Gul'dan to defend, and they're rotating up top to help out. Boss still isn't there. Boss, come on. Come on.
The boss is struggling with the Zerg
Still
wave.
with the wave. I think maybe Resurgence would have benefited if they stuck back a little bit longer, helped clear the wave, and had that boss go with them. Maybe. Gul'dan, and Gul'dan cleared that wave, no tie. My gosh. Sorry, you were saying?
No, with the completed Echoed Corruption, Gul'dan is able to drop those waves pretty quickly. What I was going to say is in the top lane, it looked like Resurgence of the Storm had the thought that they would clear the fort first and proxy waves for the boss to catch up to them. But,
got it.
They didn't count on the Zerg wave holding the boss up as long as it did.
No. And, Murden is anchoring, gets a stun out, walks away, still has the leap up if he needs it. Oh, the Haymaker on ETC. Can they get the damage out? He slides out, hits Samash, and that could be trouble. There is the medallion popped, I believe, by Malthael, who falls to the Hyperion. So Malthael's down, but there is the counter kill on Raynor. My gosh.
Yeah, there's no end to the trades. It seems like as soon as one team gets an advantage, the other team snatches it back.
Randys did steal that camp, didn't they?
They did.
That fight fought a little bit off the camp, so they got the camp steal. It gives them the XP. However, still a slight lead in XP by Resurgence. It's not really, doesn't give them any advantage right now. It just gives them the chance to get to 21st, and that's what both teams are looking to do right now. As far as the structures, slightly to Resurgence. They do have that top fort. I think that Randy's going to look to, they'll want to sneeze on that at some point if they can and finish that off.
Yeah, that fort is pretty low, but just the fact that it's there means that the Randys do not have the catapult pressure on every third wave.
Quick note to chat, I have an automated bot for moderation because we had an issue at some point. So that was an automated moderation. The message will tell you why, so please don't get offended. It's just an auto mod. You're welcome here. We're glad to have you here. That's a heck of an aggressive flank by Resurgence. They are in there. The stun comes out on Ana. They're going for Ana. Everything is dropped on her, but she somehow manages to get away. And the Mosh is going on top, but the damage turns onto ETC. Is he going to make it out? He does, but Mephisto falls, and ETC makes it out. Wow, they wanted that Ana. They wanted the Ana. And they didn't quite get it. They do manage to cap the point back, and now they're going to play. What you want to do here, if you're Resurgence, is just play Ring Around the Rosie. You want to run back and forth between top and bottom. You don't need them both. You just need to hold one until your fifth player is back. And this is like gutsy by C2D2 again. That's just, I don't know what you, I don't know what you're going to get out of being up here. If you get slept, you know, that's it. There's the slide. There's the sleep. Yeah. Hate it when I'm right, man. There's no upside there, yeah?
Yeah, I think he was trying to be cheeky and steal that top point, but I think he overplayed his hand a little bit there.
Yeah, give Vision something. I've never done anything like that, no, Ty. Tonight.
No, safe is the only way you know how to play.
Safe is my middle name. So, with the advantage, Randy Newman steals the top camp. That gives one more thing for the red team to deal with. However, it's pushing top and Randy's went bottom. So, the red team goes top, changes the point over, and clears the camp pretty quickly. And again, now all you want to do is just rotate back and forth between the 2 points. Get down to the bottom, red team. Get down to the bottom, red team. All you want to do is rotate between the points, Resurgence. It's too long. You want to get down there, change it back, so that you can just keep rotating back and forth, and they'll never get any progress bar there. Now you've got a camp pushing bottom. If you'd quickly rotate it and take that point, you can go clear that camp. The little bit of a split for Resurgence. I'm worried about him. The fear comes out and drives Malthael right into the heart of the team, and he falls. Although Gul'dan also running for his or her life. Randy could be either. Cassia in real trouble here, and Yrel with in pursuit. The potions are on point. Pig Merlin manages to collect, but you know what? Deckard, for all of his trouble trying to save his team, is now in trouble. Susie running for Deckard's life, and Deckard falls too. That puts Resurgence, for really the first time in the game, on the back foot. 20 goes to Randy's. Yeah, I'm not trying to time anybody out, man. It just gives me a heads up if anybody starts getting goofy. So, Resurgence is like in some trouble here now. We have a camp pushing top, we have a wave pushing bottom, and we have one person down. I love the early aggression. Push now before everything shows up and see if you can get a kill. The Haymaker. Haymaker might have helped the blue team more than the red team there. Possibly.
Yeah, with all those blue health bars pretty low, the Haymaker did sort of help the disengage.
Okay, but we got the Yrel. Resurgence got the Yrel. But that's a big wave. That's a big wave. And the core is just absolutely melting here, and I think it's gonna be game, no time.
And ETC lands the two-person mosh pit to delay the defense further.
He dies for the victory. I mean, heck of an effort. Amazing defense by Resurgence. They had that game right up until that last few minutes. Congratulations. Good game, well played to both teams, and congratulations to Randy Newman. Incredible. You've done it. You've done it again. I didn't hit that. I hit the tab. I hit the tab, no tie.
We have stats.
And you know what? I have a screen for that. I have a scene for that. It's pretty exciting for me. All right. Talk about the numbers while I update the score. Say something smart.
So we see Gul'dan showing off some pretty massive siege damage. He did do a lot of work clearing the waves, but he also led the blue team in hero damage and pretty much across the board, self-healing and experience. On the red team, Mephisto had the bulk of the siege damage, and Cassia, I think, is expected. She had top hero damage in the game.
Listen, no tight. That Gul'dan, that's a pretty sexy stat line there.
Yeah, Gul'dan did a lot of work.
I mean, let's be honest. Gul'dan didn't heal his teammates for crap, but otherwise, it's a pretty sexy stat line. Once again, both the offlaners stood out for doing their work very well. Money on the rotations. They were both disruptive. I mean, Malthael led his team in kills. And Yrel led the team in annoyingness, disruption, stuns and knockbacks. Yeah. Heels were on point for both teams. So, listen, I could watch these teams play all day, no tie.
That was a great match. I actually think we saw examples of some awesome Malthael play on both sides. Both teams with pretty strong Malthael players.
For chat, let me clarify again. I said Gul'dan didn't heal his teammates for crap. I said Gul'dan didn't help heal his teammates for crap. So Gul'dan is selfish. I don't want arguments from chat. Gul'dan failed. He only got the shiny in 4 categories, not all 5. Gul'dan was amazing. Gul'dan was outstanding. No tie. This is a heck of a match.
Yeah, it was it was very entertaining. I'm curious to see who we're going to see the Randys playing next.
Yeah, so that brings up some sort of like super secret. This is one of those clubs that you just have to know where it is. It's not published, okay? So you guys know some deep secret, interesting stuff now. This is a surprise. We have a double header tonight. So what we're going to do, we have a little business to take care of, to get ready for the next match. We have a couple things we have to do, so we have to stop the stream. I repeat, we have to stop the stream. We're going to take 10 minutes or less, hopefully not more than 5 minutes, to get set up, and we're going to kick off the second game in our doubleheader tonight. So we hope you'll join us for that. Otherwise, we greatly appreciate you joining us for this. Remember, folks, be kind to each other. Peace.